No, but back in the day, I mean, I don't remember this obviously, but quickly we had a conversation this weekend about circumcisions and like the moral or memorial, whatever they would come to your house and chop your dick off. So they would do house
That's
like
just
dick
a
off.
fucking crime, man. People don't think of that shit in perspective. Like, so I'm circumcised, and I want everybody to do yourself a favor. Go talk to somebody in your family who's pro-circumcision, had you circumcised, had your brother circumcised, whatever the case is. Go talk to them. Say, hey, what was your reasoning? You know what they'll tell you? It's what,
I don't even. What is the reasoning behind
circumcision?
circumcisions?
It's what they do. Well, okay.
I thought it was like a Jewish thing.
No, I'm Catholic. And
Yeah, no,
I was raised Catholic, and I got it done, and everybody I know, except for maybe one person, got it done, and so like all my Catholic friends had gotten it done. Raised Catholic, of course. I mean, they had gotten it done, and all my Jewish friends had gotten it done. Except maybe there's a handful of people who were not specifically Catholic, but just broader Christian, like Protestant, who didn't get it done. But the idea behind it was it all started with religion. It's religious, so it started with that, and then see, this is why I'm really angry about this topic, because like. So, after the fact, people wanted to rationalize that they're cutting off the tips of baby dicks. So, there's these studies that came out which say, you know, hey, you should do it because, you know, when you compare circumcised to uncircumcised people in, like, Africa and some places, people have higher STD rates if they're uncircumcised. When they're circumcised, it's cleaner. That's the way the argument goes. Oh, it's cleaner. You know, you don't have the cover over the tip of your dick, so you're not going to have, like, whatever, diseases, whatever, boil up in there or some shit. I don't know. But the reason why that argument makes no sense is that you could cut off your dick and balls and have, like, no STDs. Like, you want to, if that's the main...
Like, why are you just stopping at the tip?
Exactly. Like, if that's the main argument of, like, it's healthier, you have less STDs. Well, you'd have even fewer STDs if you chop off everything. So, chop off everything. And also, we know, as a matter of fact, that eunuchs, who are people that do chop off everything, they live longer lives, like 10 years longer on average. So there's actually, it's true that you live longer. But is that a reason to do it? I say fuck no. And especially since it started out with religion, in all seriousness, it really is just like a cultural thing. It really is just like a religious and cultural thing where people started doing it, and now it's just a matter of brainwashing. Oh, my grandparents told my parents to do it, my parents told me to do it, and then they just pass it down and pass it down and pass it down.
There's like real, like...
And it's
like
mass psychosis.
No meaning to it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
It's mass psychosis. That's why I said at the beginning here, anybody... there's a lot of people who are pro-circumcision. So go talk to somebody who's pro-circumcision and ask them, no, seriously, so you made the decision to get the tip of your, baby's dick cut off. Tell me your reasoning. Give me a good explanation as to why that made sense to you, because you would think people would want a high burden of proof to do something like that. But go talk to them. Watch what they say. They can't tell you. They'll be like, well, it's just, that's most people do it nowadays, and the doctor, it's kind of normal procedure, like the doctor assumes you want it, like they'll tell you all these fucking stupid things.
Like wishy-washy shit, like a
there's nothing like, no, here's why you have to
shit.
do it. I have a really, really good reason. You got to sit down and listen to this. It's always like, well, blah, 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 blah. Like you, and that's why...
Well, someone asked me, and I was like, on some no homo shit, I was like, just off of, like, pure, like, looks alone, and yes, I've seen an uncircumcised penis...
Yeah, we all
I would just be like, that one looks better than that one. So
the uncircumcised or the circumcised looks better?
Circumcised.
Yeah, but I agree, but I think that's only because we're used to seeing it. Like, it's so common in porn, it's so common in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but then you see it.
No, it does look like the uncircumcised.
Like, that looks weird.
It does look like an anteater snout. You ever seen an anteater? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but there are downs. Like, we don't, like you and I, because we're circumcised, we don't have the same kind of feel, apparently, with it that uncircumcised people do. Like, I know this is getting like a gross conversation, but when the tip is hidden, by that extra layer of skin, that means that when that part comes out, it's more sensitive. Whereas somebody like you or me, we're walking around all day and, your dick's in your pants, it's hitting the fucking wall of your jeans and shit. Like, you got no sensitivity down there, son. And I'm in the same boat. We've been fucking. I mean, think about how weird it would be if only if it just started today. Like if today there's some cult where some guy who's charismatic takes over, and we never heard of circumcision, nobody ever did it, and nobody ever thought of it. But you have this one cult guy who rises to power. He's got, let's say, keep it small numbers. He's got a following of 1,000 people or 1,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a news report that comes out that says that he convinced his followers to take their fucking newborn babies and take a knife and cut off the tips of their dicks. We would all be like, oh my God, that's the most evil shit I've ever heard in my life, ever. Lock that guy up and throw away the keys. But since it's, a societal phenomenon and it's been going on for so long, people just shrug their shoulders, man. And I always find it funny, don't get me wrong, female genital mutilation is worse because it hurts way more, and they do it when the women are older and stuff. So that's worse. But, you do see a lot of people get very angry, rightly, at female genital mutilation, but you bring up circumcision and they're like, yeah, I'm for it. What are you talking? That's like a contradiction there. It's like they haven't researched it well enough to be able to take that stand.
Yeah. Do you think the Moyle or whatever slightly is a little perverted, that he got into that field of cutting little baby dicks?
Do I think who's perverted?
The Moyle, the guy who cuts the penis. In the Jewish version,
no, only the one who goes through the actual traditional ritual that they only do in the ultra orthodox community, where they cut off the tip of the dick and then suck the tip off.
Oh, who does that? No,
dude, I've had to do
not real. That's not
I
real.
swear to God, man, I had to do 4 or 5 segments on it on my show because, and there's a fight going on right now between the mayor of New York City and people. It's not super common. It's only the most ultra orthodox communities. There are even orthodox communities that are like, it goes too far. But the ultra orthodox are like, yeah, no, that's what we do. And then they argue, for you to try to regulate it, you're a bigot. You're discriminating against my religion. No. What you're doing is you're fucking discriminating against a little fucking kid by sucking his little bloody baby dick, you idiot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. You bring that up, people don't get it. There's so many good arguments that, just at face value alone make people go, oh, yeah, I want to be non-religious. On that alone, people go, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm tapping out. No religion for me. That's fucked up, man.